Hey guys, so whether conveniently or not, I just happened to have needed new tires recently, and the previous tires I had on my vehicle, which were the Michelin Pilot Sport All-Season 3 Pluses, have been a fantastic all-season tire. That said, Michelin is rapidly discontinuing these in favor of their brand new Pilot Sport All-Season 4. Now, the All-Season 4 is a brand new tire just released this summer of 2020, and it's probably best well known for being the release tire for the brand new C8 Corvette. That's right, the Corvette now comes with all-season tires as standard. So as I was having these new All-Season 4s mounted to my vehicle, I was thinking to myself, what's really the difference between the new All-Season 4 and the previous All-Season 3 Plus? And that brings us to where we are now. So let's try and take a closer look and see what the differences are. So here we have a close-up look at the tread patterns of the All-Season 4 on the left and the older All-Season 3 Plus on the right. And even though the All-Season 3 Plus is a worn tire, all of the original tread features are still visible. So all these little sips and grooves, all of these were original. Nothing has ground away such that the feature is no longer visible. And both of these tires are oriented the same way. So on the All-Season 4, the left side here is the outside of the tire, this is the inside, and it's same with All-Season Plus. This is the outside of the tire and the inside. Michelin uses an asymmetric design. The tires are non-directional, which is nice because you can flip them side to side on the axle for rotating, and there's only an inside and outside of the tire. So looking at these grooves themselves, one of the things I noticed right off the bat is there's a lot more diversity in the types of sips and grooves used in the All-Season 4. Looking at these inner tread blocks, we've got these kind of medium grooves followed by these, finer ones, and over here you have a medium one as well. We have some more finer ones and mediums as well over there. Versus on the All-Season 3 Plus, we have a couple of medium ones, but it's mostly dominated by a lot of these finer features. All of the features are pretty linear on the All-Season 3 Plus, and on the All-Season 4 we have these kind of circular features here as well, and that probably adds to the improved snow traction that this tire is rated for, and that's something I'm really not going to test being here in sunny and currently very smoggy California. Another thing I thought was a little bit interesting is Michelin changed the direction of these large grooves on the inner and outer tread blocks. So you can see here on the All-Season 3 Plus, this one kind of curves inward that way, and on the other side it goes the opposite direction this way, and it's the complete opposite on the All-Season 4. The inner tread block curves the opposite direction, and the outer tread block also curves the opposite direction as the All-Season 3 Plus. One of the things the Michelin marketing material says about the All-Season 4 is they really talk about these outer tread blocks, and they're made larger and able to withstand the lateral G's that the tire is going to see. But when I measured the distance of the tread block on the All-Season 4 compared to the All-Season 3 Plus, they were really the same, like within a 1/16 of an inch of each other. And maybe that's why in the new All-Season 4 marketing material, they only talk about the longitudinal grip differences between the All-Season 4 and All-Season 3 Plus, and not the lateral grip differences. Specifically, Michelin says that the All-Season 4 has 24% better dry braking, 5% better wet braking, and 10% more snow traction compared to the All-Season 3 Plus. And this was on their internal testing. And that internal testing also happened to be on the exact same tire size that I use, which is 245/40/18. And they also tested on an F30 series BMW. So, their marketing materials performance numbers are directly relatable to what I'm going to see. Now, in the product descriptions for both of these tires, Michelin says both of them are using a extreme silica plus compound. So my guess is there's really no difference in the construction, the rubber compound difference between these two tires, and that's why it seems like the All-Season 4 is really more of an evolution of the All-Season 3 Plus rather than something all new. And probably Michelin thought, it sounds stupid to call it an All-Season 3 Plus, so let's just call it 4. So some other things about these tires, on Michelin's site, both of these are rated to 45,000 miles. When I look at the information on Tire Rack, however, they rate the All Season 3 Plus as a 500 tread wear and the All Season 4 as a 540. So maybe there is a little bit of expectation that the All Season 4 gets a little bit better tread life than the All Season 3 Plus. You know, it'll take me a couple years to find that out. These All Season 3 Pluses, they lasted me a hair over 32,000 miles on my vehicle, and that was with rotating the square setup every 5 to 7.5 thousand miles. Additionally, on the Tire Rack site, the weight differences between these two, they're within a pound of each other or equal, so there's really not much difference there. Both of them start out with 10-30 seconds worth of tread. So as I said before, from everything I've been able to see, it really seems like the All Season 4 is just an evolution of the All Season 3 Plus, which isn't a bad thing by any stretch of imagination, because the All Season 3 Plus, like I mentioned, fantastic tire. I got a ton of dry grip out of these, and I had a lot of fun with them on loose dirt and gravel roads as well. So that's something I'm interested to see if the All Season 4s continue that strong performance in that use case. So with all that said, let's get some driving impressions. Okay, so we are on the freeway now on a particular stretch that I like to use for evaluating ride quality and NVH. There's a lot of filled potholes, cracks, and just expansion joints. And so you can really feel all these little impulses, through the steering wheel, through the floor in your seat. You can hear it in the cabin in general. So, what do I think of the Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4s here? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the ride actually seems a little bit quieter than the All Season 3 Plus. And this is something that I've been kind of listening to in the car for the past week now, because that was my immediate impression when I pulled out of the tire shop. Was like, the ride seems a little bit quieter. Of course, when I got home, I took my Longacre racing gauge and put it to my tires and found, oh, okay, well, the tire shop, also didn't inflate my tires all the way to the same spec that I would have on these AS3 Pluses. But even after making that adjustment, it's still been a noticeably more quiet ride. And as I've just gone through features over the past week or so, I think this tire may have a slightly softer sidewall as well. So that would definitely be a very large contributing factor as to why that's what I'm feeling. And going over all of these little features, they're a little bit more muted with these AS4s than they were with the AS3 Plus. So I was not expecting a more comfortable tire, given this was geared towards a new C8 Corvette. It's supposed to be a very sporty all season, but in a way, there's a little bit less feedback through the steering wheel than the AS3 Plus, and it's a little bit more comfortable of a tire, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it still does give you quite a good amount of feedback through the wheel, certainly more than a DWS 06 would, and even though the sidewalls are a little bit softer than the AS3 Plus, it's nowhere near that kind of mush that the Continentals have. Hey guys, so I'm now here looking at some of the data I've got from my little calibrated microphone setup that I was using to take some SPL measurements of the cabin while we were going over that stretch. And I've done this run a few times now. And from the last time I recorded the data with the AS3 Plus over the same stretch, I was getting about 72.5 to 73 decibels. Right now with these AS4s, the last couple runs I've done, it's been more about 71 decibels. And also in addition to that, the peak decibels have also dropped. Like before, they were right about 80, and now I'm seeing the peak decibels just a little bit lower at 79. So overall, it does look like this is a little bit quieter of a tire, and I'm sure different frequencies have a greater attenuation than others, which may contribute to the overall level and what we perceive as being a quieter tire. So good job to Michelin for that. All right, let's hit a little back road instead of taking the freeway back. And I like this little stretch because it's really tight and technical. It's not terribly long, and I think it's just the right amount to get a little taste of the tire and see what the handling and grip is like. Got a nice little series of S's coming up. Oh yeah, that's hugging really nicely. Here we got a sharp left-hander followed by a quick right coming up. Ooh, that's nice. I have to say, for an all-season tire, these AS4s sure know how to grip well. And I remember when I first got the AS3 Plus, I was coming from a Continental Extreme Contact Sport, and I was thinking, wow, you know what? I'm really not giving up anything here. And well, I'm happy to say that so far in this little tight and twisty section, the AS4 definitely seems to continue that tradition. So yeah, I think that was a great initial showing on the tight and curvy test road over here. I'll have to get out to my other test road that I've done a little bit more on and see how those handle over there as well. That one doesn't have nearly as tight and twisty features, but it is higher speed. So I can see, the performance at these lower, let's say autocross speeds, and some higher ones around more, the freeway speed mark. All right, so we are on our test road right now, going to see how these all-season 4s handle. And I've put a couple hundred miles on these tires right now, so we should have worn through all of the break-in coating. And if you're not familiar with that, all new tires come with a kind of coating or outer skin that helps preserve the rubber while the tire's in storage waiting to get sold. And while that is in contact with the ground, well, the tire just has a whole lot less grip than it would normally. So we are worn through all that, and we should be in the regime of full grip. So here we go. So traveling along the test road here, the all-season 4s feel pretty natural coming from the all-season 3 Plus, and that makes sense because it's the same family of tire. One of the things that's becoming a little bit more apparent on this road is all of the little surface bumps and features feel a little bit more muted than the AS3 Plus did. And I'm not sure if that's because this tire has a slightly softer sidewall. It might, because as I mentioned earlier, on the highway, this does feel like, or sound like rather, a quieter tire than the all-season 3 Plus. So if the sidewall's not as stiff, well, that would kind of explain what I'm feeling now, and also that more comfortable sound level ride on the highway. Grip-wise, these tires, they're doing very well. I can make quick, tight little movements, and they're just not giving up. I have a little bit more confidence taking something like this quick, tight little corner here than I did in the AS3 Plus. So it looks like, Michelin does have some merits to their claims about this tire having a little bit more grip. I think it was somewhere in the range of like 10% more dry grip. So it doesn't sound like much, and in all honesty, you're probably not going to experience that too much in daily driving, unless your daily driving happens to be along a fun road. Either way, this continues to be an excellent, sporty, all-season tire. And if what Michelin claims is true about how much they've improved the snow traction, those of you in colder climates are really going to appreciate this as well. Obviously, still not as good as a dedicated snow tire, though. So overall, I think Michelin did a very good job with the all-season 4. It maintains the spirit of all-season 3 Plus, gives a little bit more grip. It seems like a little bit more refined of a tire overall with the ride quality. Sure, because it's a slightly softer sidewall, at least that's how it feels. The feedback isn't quite as direct, quite as good as it was before, but it's certainly not lacking. It also impresses me how fast they were able to make the changeover from the AS3 Plus to the AS4s. Looking around in stock on Tire Rack, it's like you can barely find AS3 Pluses anymore. I mean, I certainly could barely find the old ones that I had purchased for this car. And on top of that, they've managed to keep the price like exactly the same. So, you know, normally a new tire comes out, you're expecting, oh man, I'm going to be paying an extra 10, 15, 20, whatever per tire. But no, like in actuality, when I was looking at the prices, it was the exact same or like a couple bucks cheaper. So that's actually pretty impressive. So if the AS3 Plus was your tire of choice, don't fret and happily pick up a set of AS4s.